With the Building Minnesota podcast, I'm Todd Melby. Today is November 13th, 2006, and we're back on site at 38th and Lyndale at Andrew's Modern House. The homeowner is Andrew Blauveldt. He's the design director at the Walker Art Center, and the architect is Julie Snow. And this is part 5 of Andrew's Modern House, and we're here to see how construction is going. All right, so we're back at 38th and Lyndale, your future house. Are you pleased with the progress so far?
The progress has been good in the last few weeks. We're able to get the second story framed, which is good. And then the roof's going on now, which we need to do. We're trying to beat the weather.
So this is the front of your house?
This is the front, yep.
And tell me about how many bedrooms and bathrooms and living rooms and what's going to be where?
There's it's 2 levels, 2-story house. There's no basement. There's the guest room on the first floor, along with the kitchen, dining room, and living room. And then on the second floor, there's a master bedroom, another small bedroom that we're sort of using as a storage area, and then the master bath is on that level. And that's also open. It's lofted over the living room, so there's no wall on the master bedroom. It's just a glass railing that overlooks the living room. So the second floor doesn't go fully across the entire house. There's a big opening in the living room. It's an atrium space. So the atrium is about 21 feet high. So it's a double story of all glass. So it's quite dramatic. It looks out into the courtyard. Will be the enclosed courtyard.
Hey, Julie.
Hello, how are you?
Good, good. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So should we look at the concrete? I wanted to kind of compare the bottom and the top and see what you guys
Well, it's
thought of
nicer
it.
once you get the backfill in. You can get a good feel for it.
Well, we like the upper. We like the upper, the upper portion. We don't like the lower portion. There's 2 different form sets. We'll have a cut line here, so we'll recut this back in to articulate the difference between these 2 sections at this joint line, and then the lower portion. We're looking at doing a kind of thin layer of concrete back on top of this, which is a technique that's actually not dissimilar to like an old style house where they do the cinder block foundation and it rises up a couple feet above ground. And that's usually covered over, smoothed over. So we're thinking about trying the same technique here. We had been looking at other solutions, just like exposed to aggregate, real contrasty difference, but that's very contrasty.
Ivy?
Yeah, or we'll go back to the
I don't think we can. Tall grasses, hedges.
Well, typically you do see foundation plantings, but this isn't the kind of house that you really look at that. You would, I mean, for instance, the houses around here that have that sort of differentiation between the basement comes up, a couple feet above grade, and then you put all these foundation plantings in, but that's not the idea here. This is meant to be really continuous inside to out. So we'd really like to see this cleaned up so we don't have to try to landscape it out of existence.
Are there any other unexpected things that have come up so far?
Oh, we hope not. I think
not on this phase.
Typically, I think the concrete work we knew was going to be tricky, and typically the below grade thing. Now, with the carpentry, you find out what's straight and what wasn't straight, what was set properly, what wasn't set properly, and then that'll show up again when we do finishes like the tile work and all that. But so far, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks real solid. We got the reveal in the doors, so the doors will set in there. The windows will set in nicely. Should we go look at the steel?
So these are the steel beams.
Yeah, these will go across the front here. And basically they will support, they'll stiffen the house. They'll stiffen the 2 concrete walls of the house. They'll tie them together. And then one will go at the top of the concrete wall across the east elevation, and then the other one will be at the roof line across the east elevation. So yeah, these are beautiful. So these are your steel, Andrew.
Sure.
I'll tell you, when I see this, yeah, I'm feeling gutsy. I can do this.
She's going up the ladder. And they're nailing the ladder.
This is 5-star service. You reach the top, it's donuts and coffee.
All right, I'm going up.
We're standing in the master bedroom.
This is quite luxurious, actually. There's 2 rooms. They're about square shaped. So this is that other bedroom that I was talking about. That's really going to be our walk-in closet. Just kind of luxurious. And then the master bathroom is over in this corner.
Tomorrow you're doing
All the walls will be in tomorrow, I think.
So this wall here along the stair, why did you choose not to put that in right away? I would have thought you would have put that in to accept the...
Well, first of all, we still got to crank this up and down a little bit to height. We're not perfectly dialed in with our height. So that's one of the things we're waiting tomorrow. For example, we'll finish up this rim right here. Like that, get that all dialed in. We're waiting on some specialty hangers to get this figured out here. Once that's all dialed, then we bring that right up to height, then we bring our walls in.
It looks good.
And,
I mean, I like it when it's like this. This is one of my favorite times.
Yeah, why?
When it's, well, because it's enclosed, but it still feels very spacious. I mean, it's so solid, and you see the structure. I mean, it almost doesn't look like a boat in here. Just, I love this shot, looking this way, and it almost looks like this, you know, just this arc sitting on top of the concrete base. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's really beautiful.
The space.